soundtrack.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Tribbett with the owner of V3 Consulting and V3 Connect, and this is a community spotlight. Today I'm here with Charlotte Hodel, owner of Collaborative Publishing Solutions LLC, and we're going to have a great conversation today. And I'd like to start off with kind of a little bit of Charlotte's background and how she started such a unique business.
Good morning, and thank you for having me on. This is an honor and my privilege to be here with you today. I have been so pleased. I had the opportunity to relocate to Oregon from Arizona about 4 years ago, and I came in on a job for the Chamber of Commerce here, the Chamber of Medford-Jackson County, as one of their vice presidents. And it was a comfortable position for me. I had been with 2 other chambers in my past, and actually 7 total nonprofits in my lifetime, and to help them grow. But my passion is business and understanding what makes a business tick, what their passions are, how do we help lead them into areas that they will best shine. And so everything I've done has related to communications, economic development, some public policy, member services, and events that tie together important initiatives and projects that bring it to life for the business-to-business components. And so coming here wasn't that different. I was the head of member services and business development. And with the background that I had, I was used to sizing up a market and trying to understand how could I contribute in my own small way to the beauty of the place that's already got so many great things going for it. You know, how can I help contribute? And so over these last 4 years, that's what I've been assessing, is how I can make a mark.
Yeah, and you had worked on developing some larger projects and stuff like that when you were in Arizona, right? Always had kind of that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes, I actually was ingrained many years with the Greater Phoenix Chamber of Commerce when I first relocated from one chamber in Washington State to Arizona. And that was an enormous organization, probably about 3 times the size, actually maybe 5 times the size of the organization here when I first arrived there.
There are some, I think you say you have the 3 C's that interlink, you know, the purpose of what you're actually doing there.
My 3 C's are caring about our business practices and ethics, contributing back to the community that serves us, and cultivating our employee and client relationships, because they both intersect. And so taking care of both of them equally as passionately and in a servant mindset, to me, is how a company becomes significant.
You were working on and launched this business several months before how everything's impacted by COVID now. And you were out there meeting with a lot of the companies and stuff. One, could you talk a little bit about the community, Southern Oregon Industrial and Manufacturing Guide, and maybe a little bit how things have had to shift around COVID and how you've found ways to continue making progress?
We'll take them wherever we go, and that will be online for a year in an interactive format. That will be targeting top businesses in the 7 states in our region around us, through showcasing our businesses, doing direct mail, custom targeted mailings to those top companies, showing them what we could do for them, that we have business that can be done on their behalf right here. And then nationally, even telling that story in a multitude of ways to tell people why we're proud of what's going on here in Southern Oregon and the fertile ground it is to grow and build businesses. And so that is what's going on with that project. But what we did with, we got that started, and our actual research has concluded, but we were going print first with that publication, followed by, at the end, uploading to an interactive format. Well, during this time, it just was natural that we had to reverse our thinking and thought the only way that we're going to make an impact now is, given our circumstances, is to get that information into the hands of people that can use it and how they're learning and shopping at this point, onto the World Web. And so that's what we're doing. And we're doing that with both of my products, just shifting completely my mindset from print is still in part of the equation, but we've just flipped it to online to begin with and reverse that.
Yeah. So that's one of the shifts that you made. I know you were also going out just like I was before COVID-19 and its impact and stuff, and kind of the stay-at-home orders for Oregon overall. And I know I was doing a lot of meetings one-to-one, and you were going and doing a lot of meetings and stuff like that. And you had, even with this impact and the downturn and slowdown of companies, I understand that you had some companies that really stepped up and still supported you and met that agreed upon obligation and stuff that they had done to actually work with you with the publication.
Yes.
Now with the second publication, and I don't know if you'd want to, speak to a couple of those companies that really did some amazing stuff there working with you. But if you'd like to mention how they kind of came through, I don't know if there's a couple companies.
Yeah, of course. I think that I had just a couple to mention that stepped forward right away and trusted what I brought to them. First of all, knowing I wouldn't bring them something that I didn't think would knock their socks off and make their company shine. So basically, I was able to work with JB Steel in the front end. And actually, I call Russ Batzer my hero and my Superman, who helped inspire me to get my industrial and manufacturing guide off the ground. And he will be recognized as such and I told him that to his face, but he has stepped forward. When I brought this back to him, I had done some work for him in my private life to try and meet some of the holes he felt were happening in manufacturing. And it gave me the courage, I think, I would say, to launch that end of my business and also bring back some of the expertise I'd already had a chance to build out in Arizona. So I give a lot to JB Steel. They stepped forward. They're one of our community partners and are 100% supporting our efforts. The other firm that jumps out at me at this moment is Pacific Power. They are tremendous partners to so many in the community, especially, of course, when they're in alignment with their company values and mission. And they are believers, and they really walk the talk of living, what they believe. And so they have shown me over the last several years such generosity and goodwill in how they support, education and children and the business climate here, and the individual businesses that work so hard to put people to work and to add to the possibilities for our state. And so Pacific Power was another one that jumps out at me as being such a wonderful partner right in the front end, without having anything of substance, just the vision. And so they've helped me build the framework, if you will, to get my business off the ground. They're believers, and we believe in each other.
Yeah, that's great. We're so blessed to have such a wonderful community and stuff like that. And I know that there's a lot going on with COVID, a lot of impact in our community, in our state overall. It's wonderful to see how you've shifted and whatnot with still kind of even maybe using more digital technology. Like, I don't know how often you use Zoom before, as far as that goes, to be able to still connect with individuals.
Zero Zoom.
And so you've adapted the technology and stuff like that. And it's such a amazing pace that we're moving at. Is there any, as we wrap up this interview today, is there anything that would be helpful to you, or maybe something inspirational you'd like to share with the business community as we really work through this stuff with COVID and try to bring the businesses back online maybe?
Right. A couple things is I think that when you decide to forge out and decide that to take that leap of spreading your wings and trying to live a vision that you hope will be positively received by the community, think of ways that you can support others. When you hear them starting up, when you see them struggling with something, if you know a way or a suggestion about how something could make their life easier, or a contact that could support what they're doing because of the need of both of them, they found common denominators. So I would say the way the inspiration that I'd like to share is just, it will come back to you. You don't even need to think about that in terms of being the reason for doing something, a good deed, if you will. But I think when you live your life like that, all of a sudden you find that all of those things start surrounding you and help prop you up in your times of struggle and give you that confidence. And you don't forget that there's goodness there. There's a strength there. There are people that are willing to go out on a limb for you. So I just ask more people and more businesses to open themselves up a little more. And I think what will happen is more opportunities will open for them. And once you get a taste of it, you can't go back. Because that's why, I guess, being the aged person I am, that I can say that I've tried my hardest, and I'm not that good at it, but I have to keep trying.
Yeah.
But if you try and live your life that way through your business, through your home, through your community, amazing things happen and miraculous things happen. But it really isn't an accident. It's because of hard work and commitment to the values that you have as a person. And so open your arms and your heart, and hey, sometimes your wallets, to help support people's bottom line production needs, or growth needs and visibility. So we all need to do that. And we need to take that responsibility on ourselves as well.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And again, this is Dave Tribbett. This is a wonderful an interview with Charlotte Hodel, owner of Collaborative Publishing Solutions LLC. And I hope that you guys find this video interview interesting and helpful. Thank you for your time today, Charlotte. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Dave. Stay safe.
You too.